For years, I thought that communion or Eucharist or Lord's Supper had to be observed in a very specific way. Communion is actually rooted in Passover. The first communion or the Lord's Supper or the Last Supper, that meal that Jesus was having with his students, his disciples, his friends, that was Passover. And Passover is all about celebrating when God set the Israelites free from slavery. When Jesus was celebrating Passover with his disciples, and he said to them, "Do this in remembrance of me." Do this. What is this? Passover is actually a week-long holiday that includes a festival called Unleavened Bread and includes a festival called First Fruits. And during this festival of unleavened bread, this day that's associated with bread being broken, his body was broken and it was buried. And on this third day of the week, this festival of first fruits, this day that was all about bringing the first and the best of your harvest, Jesus came back to life. So when Jesus was having this meal, it was at the beginning of the Passover, it was lamb and bitter herbs and unleavened bread. Lamb, this animal that has to die, this animal that has its blood shed. These bitter herbs, almost like horseradish, for the bitterness of slavery. And this bread without leaven, this bread that hasn't had time to rise. And wine. Wine, throughout all of Scripture, you see wine as this symbol of sweetness, this symbol of abundance. So when Jesus celebrated Passover with his disciples, when we celebrate Passover or have communion with our friends, our families, we're remembering the suffering of slavery, but we're also remembering the sweetness of freedom. Now, when I'm having a meal with my friends, I look around the room and I think, this is so much more than I thought it could be.